This day and age, everyone's looking for a hack. Today, I'm going to talk about the only hack I know, and that's to show up every single day and compete as a real estate agent. Super excited for this one, so stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Jeremy Kane with the Real Estate Agent Playbook. Today, I am so pumped up to talk about showing up and competing. There's a lot of talk about non-compete clauses and all of this. The truth is, as agents, if you don't show up and compete, you will be out of the industry before you know it. As always, please like, comment, subscribe if you're listening on the podcast. Share it with your favorite real estate agent. We're trying to grow that community as we go. But today, I'm so pumped up, as you can see. One thing I am extending is a full business audit, a 15 to 30 minute call where we look at your pillars of your business and see how we can improve and tweak and maybe take that next jump, whether you're six figures and want to go to 250 a year, or you're just starting out and you want to get to six figures. This is a great opportunity, and I'm offering it absolutely for free in the links below, so check it out. Okay, so the first thing that I talk to my agents in my group that I mentor and coach, as well as other agents that I just like to eat lunch with or whatever, is to gamify your business. Make this a game. Understand that the ability to show up and compete will absolutely help you succeed in the industry no matter what. If you show up every single day and you're ready to roll, and you understand that you win some and you lose some, but you're going to do everything in your power to win every client or win every listing that you can. This is huge. And if you make it a game and you kind of keep score, and you're looking at your GCI and your income, you're looking at where you were at last year, you can definitely inspire yourself to continue to show up, continue to compete, because the fruits of your labor will be rewarded as long as you compete within the guidelines of the industry. A lot of people have talked about, the market going down and, what it's going to do is weed out some of the agents. I'm here to tell you, have you ever tried to weed? You pull a weed, right? Maybe you get the whole thing, that when you pull that weed out and it's like amazing, you have all the roots and everything. And then you go back out there and 3 days later, there's, new life and the weed is coming back. Or of course, when you pull the weed out and it breaks off halfway and then it just comes back right away. But weeding is hard. And the honest truth is that agents will not be weeded out of this industry. Whether some exit the industry, and there will always be more coming in because of the idea of no income ceiling. So you have a low barrier to entry, and there is no maximum to the amount of money you can make as a real estate agent. And oftentimes you don't have a lot of liability because you hang your license with a broker and you have E&O insurance. And so there's very little things holding you back or stop signs to try and get into this industry. And then once people get a taste of the zero income ceiling, then you're like, okay, here we go. Not saying it's easy, but I'm telling you that the real estate industry will continue to produce new people coming in because of those things. Obviously as a coach, but also in my production business, the more agents that come into the industry, the more I get fired up. It's just another challenge. It's just somebody else to compete with, and friendly competition, of course, but understanding that the standard can always be pushed, and you must start with yourself and hold yourself to a very high standard every single day. As my standards improve, as I've done the Live Hard program and everything that's involved with that, as my personal standards improve, I am always looking to be pushed and collaborate and compete with other agents, and with new agents and new blood and new ideas, you're constantly there. And, I often talk about, people understanding that, maybe it is better when there's less agents coming in. And, I talk to agents a lot about, their brother's a real estate agent or their sister-in-law's a real estate agent. The truth is that's the best time to compete, right? See what you're made of, see what your value proposition is, because if you're constantly tweaking that and you provide more value, you never know. Sometimes clients are like, I don't want to deal with family or whatever, but you go into that battle and you understand, and it's a challenge, right? If there's somebody that is close to another agent and they're calling you and asking you your opinion, that's the open door to go in there, show your value. Doesn't have to be I'm better than them or anything like that. Just show your value stack, drop it on the table, and let them make that decision. If they're willing to text you or give you the opportunity, they're looking for a reason to hire you as an agent. So show up and compete, and don't use those things as an excuse, and definitely don't take those people off of your drip or, any of the campaigns, or don't stop inviting them to things, because you never know where that business will come. Even if they don't buy or sell, they may refer you someone that's a personality match to them. And that is exactly why you show up and compete every single day and have that challenge and embrace the challenge to come up and tweak your value stack so that you are the number one guy, period. No matter what, this is an opportunity to sharpen your saw, so you better get to the grind and continue to sharpen your saw as we move forward. Now, we talk about competition and all of that. Once we're gamifying our business, the honest truth is there's a winner and there's a loser. And how you react in that moment when you have won the game or you've lost the game, when all the time's up and the decision has been made, is key to your success. As a winner, you show up, you drive through with that value stack. You say, this is exactly what I told you to do. Make sure you're following through with that, because that's the number one way to not earn them as repeat clients or referring clients. And so you show up and you follow through with everything you did. Now, that's great. That's easy. That's obvious. The next thing is what happens when you lose. How you show up right here is huge. And early on in my career, I had two different people who said, yeah, Jeremy, we want to use you as an agent when we buy a house. Well, neither of them ended up using me as an agent. One ended up, down the road, decided to get into a new build, and he had a buddy who specialized in new builds, and he specialized in new builds so much that he was there when they signed the contract and didn't show up till he got the check at closing. And he learned that way, but he felt like, he was a better fit because he was in the right place at the right time. The next guy said, hey man, I'm really sorry. My mom helped me purchase this house, and I was able to, take that in right then, first time it had ever happened to me, and say, man, that's awesome. I believe in home ownership. I can't blame you. If your mom's going to give you 10 grand, she's going to want to use somebody she trusts and, has a relationship with. Your mom has no idea who I am. All she knows is I'm a brand new agent. And so with that said, I said, that's awesome. And the first thing I said to him, without any hesitation, I just said, can you send me your address? I'd love to keep you informed of the value of your home, and maybe someday we can work together. Absolutely. Boom. Did it. Send him some updates, send him some CMAs and all the things that real estate agents do. 2 years later, he called me up. He sold that house with me and bought a new one. So that's absolutely clutch. And I don't know why that happened, right? I don't know why I wasn't upset, because I hung up the phone and I started cussing at my girlfriend, now wife, being like, what the hell? I'm just trying to get this deal. But I showed up in the moment, front facing with the client. But then I also step back and look at what maybe I could have done. And maybe there's nothing I could have done, right? But I sharpened my saw, I sharpened that skill set to understand that, okay, if this does happen again, this is what I'm gonna say. I could have said that a little better. It still worked out, but I'm constantly improving and auditing my business and my reaction in those times of loss and getting better every day. And that is really when healthy competition takes effect and exponentially helps you grow your business and your personal, values and construction there. So just understand that winning is great and you show up and you perform. Losing can be even better if you take the right steps to improve and make sure that that doesn't happen again. You don't make the same mistake. You don't miss that shot again. You do things a little bit differently as you go. So at the end of the day, embrace the competition, show up every day, keep your foot on that gas pedal. Definitely, in times that are tough and you're frustrated and maybe the market's not treating you so well, you may take your foot off the gas just to readjust, but keep your foot down on that pedal, because if you don't, you will be passed up by all of these new people that embrace the competition and get better every single day. As always, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening to the podcast, throw me a review, share it with your favorite real estate agent out there. Growing that community has been super challenging and exciting for me, and it's all about the competition. So look forward to talking to you. Again, check out that audit that I'm offering in the links below. Would love to sit down with you and talk just about your business, just about your pillars, and dial it in so you can compete at the highest level every day and win every single day of the game of real estate. We'll talk to you soon.